The old block toys. I'm Jeff, and today is part 4 of building the Lego set 10305, the LegoLionKnights'Castle. This particular set has 4,514 pieces. And hello, John. Thanks for joining me, John. Appreciate that. Well, I did lay out enough pieces for 4 bags, and that means we're getting all the way through book number 1 today, and we'll start book number 2. And I have a couple other books on standby, so hopefully if we get far enough, we can get that done. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview. So we've gotten, what is this? And I got a cheat here. Bags 1 through 10 done. There you go. And so far, what do we have? We've got a mess. No, I'm just kidding. I actually really like this so far. This does open up. And we've got a water mill that turns the grinding mill for the wheat here. We've got a banquet table. We've got a place where the archers can train and eat. And then we've got a kitchen down here. Got a lot of good stuff here. But anyways, let's go ahead and start building. So that way we can get down the road on this one. I'm going to set this aside. And hopefully this is not in the way. I can't tell yet because there's a slight delay. But let's get going. Alright, we've got a warrior. And let's see, let's get that done. So John, how was your day today? I saw that Hurricane Ian is gearing up and getting stronger. And here is the warrior, and I hope that's in focus. Again, I don't know because this camera ain't working right today. Anyway. Oh, I need this castle. Alright, well let's slide the castle over and get it done. So, and welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Good to see you all here today. And I'm going to open this up to make this easier on me and also so you can see what I'm building here. Oh boy. It does not want to cooperate. Hello, I flatlined on the last live stream. Oh, so you hit the snooze button, huh? That's all right, Greg. How you doing today? I hope you enjoyed your day off, Greg. I'm assuming you had the day off because you normally do. Now, I don't know how long I can last with the AC off today. Today has been an unusually warm day here, almost 90, and because I'm up here in this attic area, it's it ain't the greatest. And hello, McMullen, how you doing? And hello, Greg and John. So yeah, it's been a pretty decent day. Work was extremely busy today. I mean, it went by so fast, and I actually worked an hour over because it was so bad. And you know what? I really can't tolerate this. This is just too warm for me. I gotta do this. Hello, Brett's Builds. How you doing? And Brett, if you want to put a link to your channel, you are more than welcome to. But let me know if that gets to be too loud. Hopefully it won't, because I need it. I'm starting to save up for the Razor Crest. Yeah, that's gosh, that's an ouch on the price tag, $600. But you know what, Greg? More power to you, man. If you can get that, that is awesome. And if you want to build that with me on a live stream while I build something else, let me know. I'd be happy to have you. All you need is a phone, and point and click and do it. And let's see. Oh, Greg says I'm starting to save up for a Weber grill. And oh, hey Spencer, yeah, how's or McBallin here? How's your job going, and how's your schooling going? How you doing, man? And hello to Mrs. Chip as well. Looks like we got a almost full house today. Looking pretty good. Actually, there's always room for one more. Okay, well, if you ever want to, Brett, you are more than welcome to. But I respect that as well. So yeah, busy day at work, busy day after work. I had 6 Bricklink orders go out today, so I hurried up and got them done. You can say you had the mock castle guy, and that is correct. You are the mock castle guy. I will not dispute that. Kind of like what George Carlin used to say. Well, if he's the undisputed champion, then what's all this fighting about? Anyway. And he also used to say something else that I'm not really sure I can say on YouTube, but I'm going to say it anyway. And that was where he used to say, if he's legally drunk, then why did the police bother him? Anyway. I don't condone drinking and driving. I'm going to say that up front. But George Carlin, yeah, he's Full House starring Jeffrey Carwell, thank you. And John saying, good evening to Mrs. Chip. Storm inbound, batten down the hatches. Yeah, I heard that the hurricane's picking up strength, John. Are you got a place to go if it gets to be too bad? And that's kind of a trick question, John, because if you ever needed to stay somewhere, all you got to do is let me know. You know, you're always welcome to stay with me. I've known John since, 2008, John? So, yeah, John and I have been friends long before I was doing YouTube. And, seriously, John, you always have a place to stay. All you got to do is, text me and let me know. And, you're welcome. I'm way out of the way of the hurricane, trust me. Let's see here. Building one at the moment, says Brett's Build. Awesome, man. So, do you like the newer castle or do you like the older ones? I mean, I prefer the old ones, to be honest, just because they're the OG, the original. But, and also, I like the Forestmen, too. I mean, the ones that kind of look like little Robin Hoods. Little green guys. I love that series, man. That was, I gotta say, that was one of Lego's best right there. Of course, that was the same time they had the classic space, which is also another one of my favorites. I mean, I'm kind of a sucker for the old stuff, you know? Hey, Dusty Bricks, how you doing, man? And Dusty, just like I invite others that have a channel, you are more than welcome to drop a link to your channel in the chat here. Don't mind at all. And Carlin was a truth teller disguised as a comedian. I will agree with that too, because there were times where he would say stuff and I'd be like, that's not funny, that's actually truth. But people thought he was funny. But he was funny. I did like his little bit about how a clergyman can't hold a candle to a car salesman, but that's a whole other one. And I also like George Carlin's thing about God, how he says he prefers a God who doesn't need heavy financing. But that's just me. I am a church-going guy. I still find him funny, though, because there's a lot of truth to it, So, yeah, definitely. Great guy. And I also like when he said the last American value was consumerism. That is for sure. Flights would be canceled before that. Oh, hey, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Well, when is the storm projected to hit you, John, or that area? I know that at one time they were saying it was going to bypass you, but I was looking at the map just a few minutes ago, actually, and it looks like it's headed, not a direct hit where you're at, but you guys are definitely going to get it. So I'm just wondering, like, at what point is it too late to go somewhere? And yeah, and your mom too. I forgot about that. She just lives pretty close to you, so yeah, and you got other family in the area too, so yeah. And do you want a remake of the classic Wild West? Yes, I would. I actually have all of them, but I'm only missing the one Indian set with a T-piece. That's the only one I'm missing out of the Wild West. And I would love for them to make that again. I love the American Indians on that. I think they did a really good job. However, because of political correctness, they probably can't do that, but I think that's a shame because I really liked it. Oh, not me, man. Dusty, I've said this before, and I'll just give you my quick rundown about that. I don't believe it's detrimental to my channel because what you do is going to be different than what I do. And with so many different themes of Legos and different interests in Legos, it ain't going to take away from my channel at all. And not only that, if it does take away from my channel, maybe I need to do a better job. Just saying, you know. Anyway, please feel free to drop a link if you like. I'm more than okay with that. And John says, but neighbors don't think it'll be that bad. Oh, well, you know, if the locals are saying that and they've been a long time, John, they probably know what they're talking about. But I don't know anything. I mean, like, I've never been there. So, you know, what I'm experienced with is earthquakes. Because I lived in California during the 1983 6.4 they had in Northern California, and then again the 1989 World Series 7.1 earthquake. The one where part of the Bay Bridge fell. Those are the two big ones I've been through. And I just happened to be living in Washington, D.C. when they had that one too. So I definitely have my fair share of dealing with earthquakes. But I can't say anything about hurricanes because I don't know a dang thing. And Dusty says, I have 69 subs, I don't want to ruin it. Well, yeah, I mean, no one ever wants to get rid of a 69, if you know what I mean. That's a good number. 68's a bad number because that means you owe them one. Anyway, sorry. Steven Weiss, a new subscriber. Hey, how you doing? Yes, I actually, sometimes I don't get the notice when people subscribe, but yours did come across, and I appreciate you. Thank you. And we have earthquakes in Jersey. Okay, all right. So you're familiar with that wonderful mess of nature. Actually, fun fact, or not really a fun fact, the town that I live in was almost destroyed in 1977, was it? I can't remember. It was mid-70s. And it was by an earthquake. And 75% of the buildings in this town were destroyed or damaged heavily. So, fun fact, huh? But no, in all seriousness, my house is just 14 years old and it was built up to earthquake standards, so I'm really not all that worried about it because my parents' house was built in the 60s and it survived at 7.1 and it was not built to standard. So they do build them pretty well, these newer ones, so not really concerned, to be honest. And let's see, catch up on took Fort El Dorado and then the price. Yeah, look up. Yeah, you're right. Fort El Dorado. I have that one, by the way, and I know it's going to seem weird, but I've got 1.5 of those. And the reason I say a half is because I like to buy bulk Legos, used Lego lots, and one in particular had, I could tell, part of it in there. And the best part was the little green safe with that special door on it with the little old-time safe knob on there. I love that thing. So anyway, yeah, I like to do that. So no joke, I really do have 1.5. But I do have one that is complete, that's for sure. Just think floods, yeah. And Dusty Bricks saying good day, and Brett's Builds, and don't forget to like. But I appreciate that, Dusty. Thank you so much. The like button's always a good thing. It's my friend. It's your friend. And yeah, I'll have to pay the like button $20 later for that. But anyway, yeah. So lots going on here. We did work on the Sanctum Sanctorium yesterday, and I think one more live stream, and I think we'll have that one done. I don't know if I can do a live stream tomorrow. If I can, we'll finish it up tomorrow, and then we'll throw in the retro bowling alley in the mix, and that's one of those special 10,000 only Bricklink crowdfunding ones, and that one is going into my display for the show in November. So just to let you know, if you don't know, I have a show coming up that I'm going to be a part of in November. It's in Utah, and this event is attended by many. It's huge. Last year, the place took up over 32,000 square feet. It wasn't all Lego. There was some model railroad trains, but we get to be a part of that. Oh, that is so cool. I like that. So they built this on a slide so that it makes a little like turret area, or it can slide when you open it up, and it doesn't. That's cool. I like that. I didn't notice that. I'm tired of hurricanes. Yeah, you get them too where you're at, Greg, right? But I don't imagine you don't get as many as Florida does. Florida kind of just sticks out there like a sore thumb. Literally, really does. Like someone's upside down thumb, you know? Sorry, John, if that's offensive, but that's how I've always looked at it. Oh, yeah, John, this is your first one down there. That's right, John. You've only lived there a little over a year, right? And you guys were fortunate enough last year not to have any direct ones hit you. And so we had an earthquake in Idaho in the 70s as well. Yeah, late 70s. This is earthquake country, that's for sure. Oh boy, let's see. This is not wanting to go in. So let me. All right. Well, it helps if I do it right. So let's get that going. I really like that piece. It holds it all together. That's nice. All right. Any Colbys? Yeah, some people collect those, and you know some. A few of my buddies at the Lego Club, they do more than just Lego. And you know, I admit I used to be a bit of a Lego purist. But here lately, with the price of Lego, I've actually eyeballed a few sets that are not Lego. I haven't made the jump yet, but I'm eyeing them. And Steve says, I received the Retro Bowling Alley last week. I haven't built it yet. Doesn't that look like a great set? I love it. Now, I have a bowling alley that I bought the instructions for years ago. And I mean like years and years ago. Like I remember it was... I had just started the job I'm in now, so that was 9 years ago, and it didn't take up the whole plate, and it only had 2 bowling lanes, and so I modded it, and I made 3 lanes, so it took up the whole plate, and here, let me show you guys. Sorry. So we're building a little Easter egg here with a little frog, and I don't know if you can see that because, like I said, my camera's acting up today. All right, let's close this up and let's do some more building here. Made me chuckle almost too. Rue is 15 months old. Could use a hot shower tonight. Well, speaking of that, the house I live in, they built it. It's only a 3-bedroom, so I don't quite understand, but they have 2 50-gallon hot water heaters, and for the whole time that I've lived here now, I don't know, I just kept both of them on, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm wasting a lot of money keeping that second one going. So today I turned off the hot water heater to conserve energy, and I took a nice hot shower a couple hours later after I turned it off, and didn't affect me because I still got a whole entire 50-gallon tank. So we're going to be building what looks like a straw roof. Oh yeah, you know, Steve, I love blue bricks. My club uses them for our layouts for our shows, and I think it's the most awesomest thing. because it really lets you plan out your layouts really well. And I feel like the guy does a good job of keeping up with the different, you know, base plates, tracks, and all that stuff. So I like that as well. And I registered as well. And my new city that I'm going to be building, I have started to use blue bricks for planning that out. So we are in agreement there. It is a great program. Any wildlife neighbors lately? No. I did check the window well for the salamander. He's long gone. I guess he was able to get out. And I didn't think... I know some larger lizards will eat mice, but I didn't think salamanders would. But I will tell you, the 2 mice cannot get out of there that were in that window well. And, well, our friend is gone, and so are the mice. So I think he took care of that problem for me. At least I'm hoping he did. I used to be an avid bowler. Sadly, I had to quit. Oh, man, sorry to hear, John. I love bowling. You know, my dad was stationed at Moffett Field Air Station in California. It's no longer there. It's some air base, federal air base now. And NASA's there, too. Their research facilities there. But anyway, growing up, there was a bowling alley on base. Actually, there's 2 of them. And during the holiday season, when a lot of soldiers left, they used to have nickel games. And I mean, I'm talking about late 80s, early 90s. So really, you know, it was cheap even then. And to rent your shoes was like $1.25, $1.50. So you spent more on the shoes than you did all your games. Because my fingers would get sore after that many games. But I used to go there with a roll of nickels with my friend, a good friend of mine. His name was Buck. And his dad was military too, so we used to do that. So transit bricks are also good. If other company bricks go well in appearance with the Legos, I see nothing wrong with saving a few dollars. You know, and I'm getting to that point too. Some of my club members do use non-Lego, especially for like their bases underneath, you know, like their Mills plates, because Mills plates are expensive. And if you don't know what Mills plates are, they're the things where you raise up a little bit, a block or two, and it ends up helping you to be able to run your LED lights and other things that you want to do. So yeah, white and nerdy, Greg. I like that. I like the bowl with the gangsters. I got a story about white and nerdy. I'll tell you in a little bit. But John says, I used to take lessons. I got really good. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. I don't bowl the greatest, but I ain't bad. And I just heard something really weird outside, which really concerns me because my truck is not parked in the garage. In fact, I can't park in the garage right now. I got all my Lego Club tables sitting on a trailer in there. And I don't have a trailer lock for this trailer, so I'm not leaving it out. It's actually in my garage, and it barely fits. And I mean, like, when I pulled up, I had to like measure the trailer to make sure that it was going to fit in that garage. That's how tight it was. So, all right, Dusty, thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate that. And you bowl with the gangsters. Okay, here's the story. So, I was living in Germany, and my daughter Natalie, let's see, she's 23 now. She, when I got her first cell phone, downloaded the ringtone, and my ringtone was white and nerdy when I called her. And I found that out because she lost her phone, and she says, Dad, can you call my phone so I can find it? And I did, and I hear white and nerdy playing. I wasn't too happy about that. No, I'm just kidding, I didn't care. I thought it was funny. Me and my kids have kind of always had a joking relationship, so that stuff don't bother me at all. And you know what? The worst that's going to happen is I'll just throw it right back at you. You're going to make fun of me, I'll make fun of you. And if you can't take it, you shouldn't have started it. Just saying. But no, really, I do play around quite a bit. Okay, Now this is not making any sense whatsoever. So let me stare at this for just a sec. Oh, that's the problem. I put it on the wrong side. Look at that. I was wondering because I was thinking to myself that kind of fit crazy. Oh boy, it won't come off in one piece. Let me fix this up. It's all about learning where to stand and small adjustments. I had 2 balls and all the what is that word, John? Okay. I didn't say this was a reading contest, because it's certainly not. Okay, now I hope you guys can see this again, because I cannot see what's going on my camera until I see it on the screen here, which is like a 30-second delay. But hopefully you all are seeing this. We've got the hay roof right here. I absolutely love it. We're going to start a hay roof on the other side. So hey, hey, hey. All right. Actually, if you guys don't mind, let me see if I can adjust this camera real quick. Okay, it's adjusted. I can see it now. Not really a fun fact, but a true fact. For some reason, the cord that connects my camera to my laptop is not working. Oh, okay. McBallin, if you're still here, someone came up and was crying, so I'm assuming he wanted to say hi. So there you go. All right. Hopefully you saw that, Mr. Ballin. And let's see. All accessories. Okay. And how was my day? My day was pretty good because work was really busy. I had some reports that had to be done for taxes. Now, for some reason, they can't get that together, and they keep coming back and saying, "Oh, we didn't get what we needed. We need something else." And taxes are long overdue, so I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. But yeah, it was one of those last-minute things. Oh, we really need it like right now, and they gave it to me 3 minutes before I was going to sign out. So I ended up spending about an hour on it. But that's okay, you know. The day did go by really fast because Monday is my day where I got to do productivity reports. Again, because I'm a super user on the system, I'm able to get into a lot of things a lot of people can't. And that's one of my jobs, is once a week on Mondays I let the assistant vice president know how well the accounts payable teams did, and how they how many invoices per person got processed, and how many of them got thrown over to the supervisor queue to be worked, and did the supervisors work them like they were supposed to. That kind of, you know, I'll tell them that kind of stuff. That's kind of telling the story of AP and what's going on. And no, it's not really exciting stuff sometimes. And occasionally I do, well, today I did 3 file uploads. And one of them was a really big one. And of course it bombed out like it always does the first try. And I gotta go to the person that submitted the file and say, hey, fix this. But yeah, good day. Lot done, and no complaints there. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Okay. I hear Max. Yeah, he's Max is a crazy one, but love him. And let's see, what's Greg saying here? He's saying he's got more chins than Chinatown. That is from fact. And I absolutely love that song. I think that is, it's not his best song, but it's in the top 5, top 3 maybe. I really, really like White and Nerdy. Mainly because I know I might get some flack for this, but I actually think White and Nerdy is better than the original Writing Dirty. Just saying, that's my opinion, but I know people will have a different opinion than that. But okay, so it says that I'm missing a piece, and I know that I'm probably not. It's probably just me. Oh yeah, it is just me because it's right here. See, Max is gonna be world famous and not even know it. All right, see what we got here. We got this and this. Next year, I'm going to get myself a camping propane grill with those small propane for cooking. And you know what? I've got one of those, John, and absolutely love it. Now I know there's different brands out there. If you're looking for a tip, my favorite is the Coleman's. I love the Coleman brand. They are solid. My dad's had a Coleman for over 30 years, same one. Still works. And so I bought me a Coleman, and well, I like it. Oh shoot, I am like all over the place. All right, let's get on the same page. Ha ha ha. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I got jokes. I didn't say good ones, but I got jokes. I'm not familiar with Who Is Your Mascot. I don't have a mascot. I just got a brick for my little guy with the little chip removed out of it because it's a chip off the old block. That's my mascot. And actually, I've been looking for this thing because I want to do an intro, and I'm not going to spoil it and tell you what it is, but I'm wanting to do this intro, and I started working on it before I moved. I stuck it in a bag, stuck it in a tote, and I can't find it. But that's the thing, though. I got 61 totes to go through, so, yeah. I ain't going to find it anytime soon, I'll tell you that. Max or Enzo. Oh. Well, you know, since Ballin is here, it's Max. But if he wasn't here, it'd be Enzo. If you're wondering what that's all about, Max used to be Ballin's cat, so... Alright, so we got our haystack roofs here. I have a joke. My boss told me have a good day, so I went home. That's not a joke. That is a good day. But yes. Yeah, I once told my boss that I couldn't come to work, and he said, "Why is that?" I said, "I'm having eye trouble." "Well, what kind of eye trouble?" "I can't see going to work." Like I said, I got jokes. I didn't say they were good. Alright, so we got a female archer. And we got, looks like a baby little lamb. That's what it looks like to me, but I'm not really sure. Alright, let's keep on, carry on. We're on bag 13, and I think this is the last one of this book, actually. So, I agree, thank you. That building's looking really great. Not my design, but I will certainly display it happily. This is a great, great set. A little on the pricey side, I admit. I'm just fortunate enough that enough people bought off me for Bricklink that I was able to swing the funds for that. Now, I didn't think I was going to be able to be honest, but it all worked out in the end, so it's all good. And I don't always have the funds anymore because the price of Legos have gone up, and plus, unfortunately, I bought a house with a little more work than I thought was going to need, so I got to save my nice little pennies for a rainy day for like when the furnace goes out, because it's about ready to. So yeah, I ain't asking for no sympathy. I bought what I bought, and you know, besides the occasional fix from the house, I actually really like living here. Let me tell you, it is just something else living out in the country. It's so peaceful. And love my neighbors, man. They are awesome as ever. So, yeah, man, it's all good. All right, let's see. Uh-oh. I'm getting into the pieces. And, oh, yeah, you guys are kind of seeing what I'm doing. And hello, Chip, and all in chat. How you doing, Mr. Brick Sergeant? This has 4,514 pieces. That's what this one's got. This one's got a whopper on it. So, man, Brick Sergeant, you just barely missed seeing Max. Max wanted attention, so I threw him up here on the table. And Max is my little furry critter. He's, well, he's a great cat, but if I'm being completely honest, he's a bit larger than a cat should be allowed to be. But that's all right. He's a good cat, and he didn't start off as my cat, but he kind of is my cat now, because he hangs out with me all day, and I'm the only one here, so he pretty much kind of has to get along with me, if you know what I mean. But he does, though. It's not a problem. It's not an adversarial relationship at all. I love seeing him around. Yeah, you know, and I don't think Lego's going to, because they haven't announced they're going to, but I really wish they would announce that they're going to do more buildings like this one, because I do like these ones, and I would spring the money for more of these. Especially if they're of this caliber, how nicely this one's putting together. And a fun fact is, you see this white right here and black on the Black Falcon's Fortress, which was a castle in the 90s. This was actually a one-piece panel that had yellow and black on it. So yeah. Wow, man. Steve, I just bought my house 14 years ago, had a new roof 2 years ago, and just paid it off. It cost me over $8 grand. Oh, man. Steve, I'm afraid of that. I really am. Because I know my house is 14 years old, so I probably got a good another 10 years out of the roof, but that day's a coming, and I know it. Yeah, eventually, everything goes. But I am happy you're able to pay it off, though, because that must feel good to be at that point. I imagine it does feel good. And Greg says, do you have the Imperial Pirate flagship? I sure do, Greg. I do. I just need to build it. And I found a few of my old pirate type ships. I found the Queen Anne from Pirates of the Caribbean. I also found Blackbeard's Bounty, I think it was called, or whatever his Blackbeard something boat. And then I found the original, not the release, the re-release, the original Black Seas Barracuda. And back from 1989. And I put that one together last week. You still have those old castle panels? That's awesome, man. You know, in my buying of bulk used, I picked up a few extra of those. Not a whole lot, but every now and again they have them in there. Always love that, because one of these days I'm gonna redo those castles, and I'm gonna do a mock on that. I swear I'm going to. I love that stuff. Like I said, it's one of my favorite themes. And let's see. Brick Sergeant, with 3 kittens, I have a total 10 cats, so I know how that is. Yeah, you know, cats are awesome, though. You know, I know a lot of people say they're a-holes, but I mean, I guess they kind of are in their own way sometimes, but I wouldn't trade my cat for nothing, especially the one that on October 9th will be a year since he passed. I honestly took that really hard, because I had him for 8 years. And I'm not a very emotional type of guy, but that one got me. I just wasn't expecting him. He was only 8 years old, and he was always an indoor cat, so I thought I had more time with him. And he was actually wrestling with Max just a few minutes before it happened, and so he wasn't even acting sick. He literally just, yeah, he was done. So, and I felt kind of bad because my daughter, I was putting Bricklink orders together, and Max and Will were fighting right at my feet, and I messed up my count a few times on the orders. So I got upset with them, and I kicked them both out, and I just picked them up and put them on the other side of the basement door and closed it. And I heard them wrestling upstairs for a little bit, and then it got quiet. I didn't think anything of it, and my daughter came home, and she came downstairs, and she's like, "Dad, I think there's something wrong with Will." I said, "What do you mean?" And my daughter's like, "No, I think there's something wrong with Will." And we went upstairs, and yeah, Will was laying down dead. And that was, yeah, I just saw him 10 minutes before that too. So, but Max stepped up to the plate. As soon as I lost Will, Max decided that he wanted to be my best friend. So, there was a hole there to fill. So, I was grateful for that. So, the house was built in '56, and the roof was noticeably sagging in several areas. I had no choice. Yeah, yeah, I definitely would agree in that case. I've never replaced a roof myself. I've repaired a couple times when shingles have flown off in the wind. And this is supposed to be a bell in here, which I like. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Okay. Yes, Max loves being pet, and more so when you're on the couch. Yes, that's kind of a joke around here, is that there are no free passes on the couch. If you sit on that couch, Max will come up and Max will demand attention. So it is cute though. I do like it, and sometimes when he's acting like he doesn't want to be pet, I will sit on the couch on purpose just to get him to come up to me. And by the way, it works every time, without fail. Oh, sorry, something over my throat there. All right, let's get this. So yeah, it's the retro bowling alley. I know Steve knows about this, but the retro bowling alley, it's 2,793 pieces, and it was, like I said, just released. So that is going to be the next set in the lineup of builds. And if this city was going to be any bigger in this collaboration that we're doing with the club, or the lug, I should say, I would go ahead and stick the second bowling alley in there. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to do the one. And if you guys are interested, there is usually, I think there's a link down in the description for NUTLUG, which stands for Northern Utah Lego User Group. And that is my lug. And if you live anywhere in northern Utah, southern Idaho, and we actually have 2 members in Nevada. So if you're anywhere in that general area and you'd like to display and build with us, please click on the link. It'll take you to our webpage, and you can sign up and become a member. It is only $30 a year, and I'll tell you what, I absolutely enjoy this group. This group they're a lot of fun, and one thing that I really do like about this group is that I tried to attend other lugs, and there was so much bickering going on and just craziness. I didn't join. These guys are nothing like that. These guys are awesome. So if you're looking for a great place to display and hang out with people that like the same things you do, that's a good spot. And let's see. And he knows his name. Yes, he does know his name, Max. And Greg says one of my grandma's little dogs went outside and never came back. She was almost 15 years old. We don't know what happened to her. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. And unfortunately, I had that happen with a cat too. Growing up, we actually did figure out what happened to her, but you know, it was yeah. Okay, I'll tell you the story. What the heck? I mean, I brought it up, right? Her name was Smokey, and as you can imagine, she was a dark gray, solid dark gray, no white on her, just solid dark gray. Real cute, real loving cat, and just one day she disappeared, and we just couldn't figure out where she would have gone. And then years later, my parents, and I mean years later, like 12 years later, my parents decided to sell their home, and we had this old playhouse that was literally just like a house. It was like a miniature little house, had like a miniature little kitchen, no running water or anything, you know, just a little kid's playhouse. And we destroyed it, and we tore it apart, and when we tore apart the underside of it, like the floor, there she was. And it didn't look like she got hurt or anything. And actually being, I'm not trying to be gross, but being underneath there, she was well preserved. And she didn't have any like marks on her or anything like she was tore apart. It just looked like she kind of got sick and decided to lay down and never got up, is what it looked like. But she didn't act sick, so that came as a surprise as well. So yeah, I can understand the heartbreak of having a pet one minute and gone the next, and not having any closure to that. I imagine that was pretty rough on your grandma. And Steve says we have 2 cats. One just turned 17. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Of course, indoor cats do live a lot longer, so that's awesome. The other turns 15 in October. The 15 was just diagnosed and slowly progressing feline leukemia. Oh, yeah, you know, I imagine you are bummed. I would be too. A friend of mine, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to drop any names, but I will tell you that he is one of the original people that helped. He was the original IT guy for LinkedIn, which we all know what LinkedIn is now. And this is before it was just small time. Anyway, my buddy has a lot of money because of that, and his cat had kidney failure, and it cracked me up. He actually had the cat on kitty dialysis, which I had never heard of before, but they actually do that. I'm sure it costs a pretty penny, one that I don't have, but more power to my friend for being able to do that. Oh, and I put that the wrong way, so let me fix that real quick. Okay, so we're just decorating this thing with flags at this point. But yeah, I know leukemia is not. I know it's blood cancer. But I just thought it was funny because I didn't know that. I did not realize that they actually have dialysis for cats, but they sure do. So interesting stuff, to say the least. Okay, let's put some flowers around here. But that's awesome. Your cats seem like they're doing pretty good overall if they're living that long. And unfortunately I had a cat that I used to, I lived in Columbus, Ohio. I used to love this thing, and his name was Caesar. And I used to joke with my kids, and I'd say, "Bring me the head of Caesar," and they didn't know any different, so they would just bring me the cat. And loved that cat. And I didn't let him go outside very often because I was always afraid something would happen to him. And he begged and begged me one day, so I let him out. Oh man, 10 minutes later, my friend came over, and my friend's like, I think your cat's in the road. Yeah, we went out there. He'd gotten squished. He was a goner. So, yeah, kind of rough there. Okay. Enough of depressing cat stories. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to turn it into that. Okay, so we built this thing with bag number 1 right here. A little fruit stand. That goes right here. And the fruit stand is over the entrance. And of course I pressed down on it and now I'm just destroying it. Oh boy. Did not mean to do that, but I did it. Okay, so yeah, you can go like this and get inside. Right there. We are heading on to book. If I can even speak today. Book number 2. I am in love with these new dark green trees. These usually come in the same green as this right here, just regular green. But this is the first time I'm seeing them in dark green, but I don't know. I don't know if this is the first time that they are in dark green. Alright, she was blind. She might have fell down storm drain or hot got her. Well, man, I'm sorry to hear that. And let's see, Steve, I never let them out and only feed them canned food with no GMOs. That is awesome. That is awesome. And a good friend of mine, well, I'm not in touch with him anymore, but he worked for Battelle Labs, and he was a vet. And he used to always tell me about which foods he would feed his pets and which ones he wouldn't. And you know, I listened to him for the longest time, and then I stopped listening to him. But good man, Tony. But kind of think it, man. I mean, I'm friends on Facebook. I had to shoot Tony a message just for the heck of it. You know, it's good to keep in touch with some good people. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got a little bit going on here. So I don't remember what we're building here. I remember setting out the pieces, but I don't remember what it is. I do like how they're using these wedges like this to seal together and make you know, unique shapes to this set. I think that is super cool. And Steve, just out of curiosity, do you, I imagine being a Lego fan, you have some sort of Lego layout, and if you do, what is your theme? You got trains, you got city, you got, I don't know, castle? I mean, what you got going on, man? Right now, I kind of don't have anything going on because with the move just, I don't want to say it was so recently because it was 4 months ago now, but I didn't have the shop until a month ago, so my Legos, I didn't have room to put them. And now that I have room to put them, I'm slowly building them, and I have these huge metal shelves that I'm starting to display my stuff on and trying to get reacquainted with what I have. And in fact, I've been doing brick set and using brick set to track my sets. And let's see, I will, towards the end of the video, flip over to brick set and tell you guys where I'm at on that. Because the cool thing about brick set is when you put the amount of sets you have, it tells you where you rank in the world with other people that track their sets. It doesn't give you their names, but it just tell you like your collection is 1,000 out of 2,000 in size, or it's 3,000 out of 4,000 in pieces. Like, it tells you stuff like that, which I think is really cool. Oh, wrong one. Let's put that back. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? We got this guy here. Okay, so it's supposed to, oh, I'm trying to put it on the wrong spot. It wouldn't work. Alright. So we are at 54 minutes. And I was hoping to get another couple bags in by late out 4. It looks like we're going to be right on time on finishing up at an hour. So that's what we'll do. We'll carry on and finish up. Probably, I'd say, about 100 pieces left on this table here, which I really do like. This set has been going very well. You guys have been chatting with me pretty good tonight, and I really appreciate that. It makes the stream a whole lot easier than me trying to figure out what I'm going to say and stumble. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And let's see. Oh, okay. So let's do this number. Okay. All right. And I imagine the kid next door is going to be coming over today, because, and I won't use his name because privacy reasons, and I don't know how his parents feel about, me mentioning them. They're kind of a private people. So anyway, he came over and helped me clean out the window wells in exchange for an infinity gauntlet. And the infinity gauntlet was it was part of the used package that I got of 130 pounds. However, it was all intact in bags except for one bag ripped open and a few pieces got damaged. So I replaced the damaged pieces and ordered them. He came over, started to build it, and we found out there was one more damaged piece. But he was able to complete the build without it, but it is a noticeable gold piece on the outside. So anyway, long story short to tell you, that piece came in today, and so he will probably be coming over later to pick that up. He's been so excited about it. He asked me about it yesterday. I saw him outside, and I told him, according to the tracking, it should be here today. So I'm actually surprised that he hasn't stopped by already to chat me up and find out if it's here. He's a really good kid. And he has helped me several times with my Legos out there. Of course, he doesn't feel like it's work, but I do. And okay, I'm currently building a city in my 1,000 square foot basement. It is in the very early stages, and I just completed the first 2-story house, and I'm working on a second. I have 12 modulars upstairs that are still sealed but ready to be built. Modulars are absolutely awesome. I like your style, Steve. And I also have the modulars as well, all of them. So I definitely understand that part of the addiction. And by the way, Steve, I do subscribe to StreamYard. And so, Steve, if you are ever interested in streaming with me, and even if you don't have a channel, and if you do have a channel, even better, but if you're ever interested in streaming with me, let me know. My Instagram is at Chip Off the Old Block Toys. Just drop me a line there, let me know. I'll send you a link, and you can live stream with me and chat with me if you like. If you don't, that's cool too. You're always just welcome to hang out as well. Just letting you know that's available. And yes, whether you have your own channel or not, and whether you participate or not, doesn't matter. You're always welcome to promote. I'm not one of those YouTubers that really cares about don't promote on my channel. I don't care. To be completely honest with you, it's neither here nor there. And actually, that invitation's open to anybody here, watching the live stream now or later. If you have it in you that you want to spend time with me on a stream, just let me know. Chip Off the Old Block Toys on Instagram. I wonder what Lego is putting on Black Friday. Last year it was the AT-AT Walker Ultimate Collector Series, so I'm hoping it's good too, Greg, because that was it wasn't really a surprise, because they announced it I think it was 2 months in advance they were doing it. But however, that does not take away with how good of a set that was. That's an excellent set, easily one of my favorite Star Wars. I will admit though, the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon that's sitting right just out of view here is actually my favorite. And my favorite does change, I'll be honest. I'm not a very stable person when it comes to that. Okay, now I'm getting a little lost here, so let me backtrack here. That's what happens when I get a little excited while I'm building. I kind of forget where I'm at. Isn't that kind of the idea, though, of Lego, is to escape a little bit, and in a healthy way? I think so. I actually do think Legos is probably one of the healthiest escapes somebody could have. Certainly has kept me out of trouble all these years. So, all right. Sorry, I just thought of a joke that definitely is not appropriate for YouTube. I would share if it was, but I guarantee it's not. So I'll keep it to myself. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to be like that, but sometimes my mind goes to places it should not go. And I will own that. That is 100% true. Alright, so let's see. We got this. This and an inverted arch is what Bricklink calls that little piece right there. And we got this guy here. Let's see. All right. Well, that completes bag number 14. Actually, 1 through 14, so we got them all done. And let's see. Catch up on comments and like and share the stream. I appreciate that, John. And Greg says, if I get the Razor Crest, I'll let you know when it's delivered. I appreciate the invite, but I'm still honing my mock building skills and not very confident yet. My 15-year-old cat's watching you build. Well, awesome. I'm glad I can entertain the cat. No, I love cats. I really do. They're awesome. But okay, well, Steve, if you ever, when you're comfortable, let me know. The invite's open. And thanks, Mrs. Chip, saying that's really cool. So let me show you. So we've got this whole other piece right here that we built today. And I'm imagining, since this side's all done, and I'm seeing that this is kind of open on this side right here, I'm imagining this will somehow, I don't know exactly, it'll hook up somehow. Oh, I think like that. Yep, I think it will be like that. Look at that. Figured it out on accident. All right, so here we go. Bags through 1 through 14. Tomorrow night, well, I'm not sure on that. I will release it in the morning or maybe late tonight, the link to it. If we do tomorrow, we're going to do the Sanctum Sanctorium, and I think we'll finish that off. We have 5 bags. I usually can get 4 done in an hour stream. I'm not going to do another stream, so if I do that one, we're going to push all the way through and just get it done. So it'll be probably about an hour, hour and 25, somewhere around there. Get that done, and then we can come back to this one, and then the next live stream will be the bowling alley, the retro bowling alley. And there will be an update on the hotel, the Grand Lion Hotel. I have been working on it, and I do have a bit of a surprise. And I can't reveal it, of course, because it's a surprise for the video, but you'll like it. As you know, on one side of the hotel, I have the swimming pool that dips into the Mills plate to make it look like it's a real pool. The other side, I got something else in the basement. I can't reveal it. You got to watch the video. All right, guys, be good to each other. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next video.